Oh, Hollywood, where originality flows as easily as water between the sweaty balls of a white camel in the Sahara. The land of dreams. Or rather, recycled dreams. Instead of fresh, darting stories, we're bombarded with endless reboots, remakes, and rehashes. I'm probably just as tired as you are of these constant reboots, but instead of a full-blown rant, let's explore the topic from a different angle and depth. And why do this keep happening? Let's talk a bit about why these constant remakes are happening a lot. Like, did you know that in 2023 there were 17 reboots released in theaters compared to only 9 original films? And reboots suck in general. Just think about Mulan, The Lion King, or the constant Planet of the Apes remakes. This has become an overgrown epidemic since the early 2000s, despite the loud outrage of fans and moviegoers worldwide. But why in the cheesy motherfuck does this keep happening over and over again? I think we can answer this question by studying 2 movies from the opposite, more tasteful side of the spectrum. Fall Guy and Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire. Do you remember The Fall Guy, that gloriously cheesy 80s show with Lee Majors in the iconic red tracksuit? Colt Seavers, rough and tumble stuntman turned bounty hunter? Yeah, it was pure popcorn entertainment, the kind that sticks with you far longer than any artistic merit would suggest. Cue the dramatic music. Now Ryan Gosling, bless him, is stepping into these boots, having Emily Blunt as his ex-girlfriend and Aaron Taylor-Johnson as the missing action star Tom Ryder, with director David Leitch of John Wick at the helm. Definitely an A-team. It is also worth mentioning that they had more than $125 million at their disposal for this production. The same amount I spent on cheese and lap dances last month. Speaking of reboots, and me having some fun, please excuse me while I go on a well-deserved holiday and my reboot takes my place. Hello folks, I'm Focus Rat from another dimension. Don't think too hard about it. I don't either. I want no existential crisis. That's a big no-no. Now back to Fall Guy and its May 3rd release date. Hold on. Wasn't this release slot supposed to be for Deadpool 3? Curious timing. Is this release date a coincidence or a calculated strategy because of the huge delays happening to Deadpool caused by the actors and writers' strike? If you look up the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb for the original TV show, they are generally positive or lukewarm at worst. It's a mid-show by today's standards, but it's remembered fondly. And this here, my dear Rat Crew, is where the catch is. It is remembered fondly. When you are young and malleable, everything is wonderful and new, because you have no frame of reference, no base to build taste, and no way to differentiate a masterpiece from an okay show. Heck, I'm pretty sure some of you remember fondly eating sand. That should never be a pleasant experience, eating sand. Yet it is by many people, including my uncle, who is serving serious jail time right now. When you are experiencing something for the first time, such as a piece of media, you don't have an acquired taste for it, or any standards for that matter. The same goes for my dating life as well. You need to experience the bad in order to enjoy the good. And who knows, you might even develop a craving for something mediocre from time to time to remind yourself how good the high-quality stuff is. Because of this, Fall Guy is remembered fondly, and it might even have been the inspiration for lots of people to become stuntmen or to create better stories. Speaking of high quality, please feel free to subscribe for the highest quality cinematography-related video essays. Also make sure to check out our existing catalog of videos and press the like button to feed this useless fucking algorithm. Let's talk about Ghostbusters. Let's start with the OGs, the one with Bill Murray, his epic deadpan humor, Dan Aykroyd's paranormal obsession, and of course the iconic Who You Gonna Call?
Someone else.
Absolute comedy classic. Did you know those proton packs were crazy heavy? The actors must have been in serious pain. Then came Ghostbusters 2. It was somewhat enjoyable, but it didn't really innovate. It was more of the same. Did you know that villain Vigo was based on an actual historical tyrant? But sadly, creepy painting dude was way less funny than the Marshmallow Monster. And then, we don't want to talk about the 2016 reboot.
Did you want to? I'll let you. Next time. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, female Ghostbusters could have been awesome, but this film was just bad. It tried way too hard to be edgy and ignored everything we loved about the originals. The only thing I enjoyed about it was, well, the actors and directors' denial about how badly written it really was. That was some next level, Oscar-worthy performance. Thank goodness for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Can you stop breathing in my ear?
No.
That one brought back the heart and humor. But let's not forget the 80s cartoon, the real Ghostbusters. Pure nostalgia fuel. And get this, Slimer was almost the ghost of John Belushi. Okay, so here's the thing about Frozen Empire. It has to build on what works and ditch the cringeworthy stuff. We want epic ghost-busting action, genuinely spooky vibes, and that signature Ghostbusters humor. No forced jokes, no tired rehashes. Give us a fresh story with new scares. If they get this right, Frozen Empire could be a massive hit, reviving the franchise in a big way. But if it's another cash grab, well, we know how those tend to end up. But even if both of these reboots are total flops, people will watch them because it will make them experience nostalgia. The feeling of discovering something for the first time and being filled by wonder and awe, even if for a moment, before being trampled on by shitty writing and bad CGI. Let's be honest, Hollywood mines our childhood for gold. They bank on memories of simpler times when eating a shoelace was fulfilling and cheesy action flicks seemed like a peak of cool. We crave the taste of those experiences, not realizing something better could exist. Studios smell this weakness, churning out reboots designed to tug on our heartstrings and wallets. Based on this principle, even in thousands of years from now, we will have the same conflict of interest when it comes to reboots and remakes, because there will always be children who grew up and want to crawl back to the sweet, sweet warmth of nostalgia in order to escape their sometimes hard and boring life. So what can we do? Well, just like the Batman remakes, we try to hold these reboots to high standards. I will tell you what I would like to see in my reboots. Source material respect. Does it understand the heart of the original? Is it lovingly crafted or a slapdash cash-in job? Preserve those elements that made the original special, its spirit, not just its plot points. Evolution, please. Can it take the core concept and evolve it? Surprising twists, expanded lore, not just the same story in a shiny and sometimes smelly new packaging and casting. New perspectives, unexpected angles. Keep it from being a bland, by-the-numbers affair. The passion factor. Do the creators genuinely love this world? Or do they just smell box office dollars? Passion translates to care, and that matters. Also talent. Passionate writers and directors and actors who want to honor the legacy, not just exploit it. What about you? What would you like to see when it comes to reboots? Please comment below. If they take a quintessential experience like the first time one experiences Pulp Fiction and try to remake it without giving the proper respect, love, and care it deserves, we burn them to the ground and sacrifice all of their associates to the old ones. Or, if ritual sacrifice is not your thing, vote with your money. Don't buy shitty remakes. Don't watch them. Don't even talk about them. Let them fade into obscurity, and this way the people making them will be forced to treat them with the reverence they deserve. Otherwise, they go bankrupt. And who knows, maybe the Fall Guy movie is one of them. Ryan Gosling is an excellent actor, and David Leitch has directed some great movies. If he's one of the people who grew up watching the original Fall Guy TV series, he might be a fan who understands the essence of the show and not only reboot it in an entertaining way, but improve upon it. Only time will tell. Personally, I have high hopes for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire as well. The trailer looks amazing. They are bringing back the old team, and if they go with the same spirit and enthusiasm as the previous Ghostbusters, it might just turn out amazing. The answer to the question of do we really need a Fall Guy reboot and a new Ghostbusters is that we have no choice. We will get one whether we like it or not. But if we keep getting reboots and remakes, let's make sure that the ones creating it understand the source material and want to honor it. Not create something just to make a quick buck. Just like we have created our handmade rat bags to serve all the cinematographers with back pain who make these potential masterpieces a reality. I hope Fall Guy falls into the earlier category, despite the many examples of Hollywood just making shit to capitalize on nostalgia. What do you think? Is Fall Guy a homage to the original show, or just another money laundering machine for the film industry? What about the new Ghostbusters? Do we really need another one? Or should the franchise just die? Focus Red out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.